gas station. Like, what are you talking about? I didn't know what he was talking about. I didn't know nothing about, like, you know, we talking about cookies. I'm thinking we talking about eating something. So we go, first time I go over there, I'm like, damn, this joint like a designer, all this shit, you know, whatever. So, and then I start learning about the brand. I start understanding, start researching and stuff and all that stuff. And then I'm like, God damn, this thing big. They got the merch, they got this, they got that. Where did that, because right now, everybody trying to get in the cannabis game. Everybody want a dispensary. Everybody figuring you got the minority thing to get in. You got all type of ways. How did it start for you? How much money was it? How did it take? Where did it begin at?
Begins with passion, bro. I was obsessed with weed, and I was very passionate about it, and I still am, and that's why I'm still doing it, even with all the bullshit we deal with. So you got to be passionate about something for you even try to build something. You can't just say, I want a strain because everyone has a strain. It's going to work out. Why do you want one? Why do you want to build something? So it started with passion for me. And then, like, I hear a lot of people say, man, follow your dreams. You know, you could do whatever you want. Anything's possible. Well, I started thinking about it on this trip, manifest your memories, manifest your, you know, your miracles. I started manifesting this shit in my head. I was like, this is how I'm going to do it, you know? And so when it started for me, I was really a fan of it, but I was going to the dispensary with a camera trying to shoot right when I turned 18, I went and got my medical card. I started shooting a documentary at the dispensary, and within like a week of me going every day, because you can get high in there. I was getting high, filming my documentary, interviewing people. The lady was like, you just need to come work here. It seems like you like this place. And right then, that was my shot. I just moved in hard.
Where was the store at?
It was in Frisco it was on Balboa, and then on 12th and Geary, the old hemp center.
So you started working there?
Yeah, I started out doing intake, right? So when people come in, they show me their card. I check their ID, call the doctor, make sure it's valid, buzz them in. Then I went to like the dude that's like selling the weed, you know, like a bud tender, kind of like a bartender. And then I moved up to a buyer, which was, I love that.
A buyer, so you went and bought the weed from the farmers for the...
Nah, so this how it used to work back in the day, and I missed the hell out of this. Anyone under Proposition 215, you could have walked in, not even being from California, with a duffel bag, right? You'd go in the back, I'd be there. I look at your work, I decide if I want to buy it or not and what I'm gonna pay for it. So when I started doing that, that's when I really started loving the game, because I started meeting all kind of people I never thought I'd meet, connections galore, new strains galore. And the part of it that made me want to build a brand was these people were just coming down from the hill or wherever they're from with bud, and it was my job then to take the loose turkey bags, put it in a jar and sell it. So you got 50 different jars on the shelf. How you gonna sell it? We started making them little signs. You know, I make a sign for the weed and with the price, and you put it down there. And I started noticing the ones that I worked on, or the ones that one of my homegirls worked on. People always walked in like, "What's that right there?" I'm like, "Oh, it's because that motherfucker look right." Yeah, they asking about it because it look right. And as long as that, you know, it smells good and it smokes good, they're gonna come back for it. I said the first person to build a real brand is gonna be the one that wins. And that's how I looked at that shit, because no one really had brands back then. It was just out the turkey bag.
Oh, so nobody did the packaging and that?
Hell no.
No, but you got your shit in a sandwich bag, man.
It was, we used to print little stickers that said the hemp center with the phone number and the email, and that's it. And I used to have to sticker the bags and this and that. But I knew early on when I seen that shit, I'm like, whoever comes with a brand, like a real brand, like an identity, a logo, a colorway, and gets in that market first, because I knew when I was in there, I knew by the diversity of people coming through, this shit was gonna go. You got doctors, you got off-duty cops, you got AIDS patients, veterans, you got kids like myself that loved it. It was so diverse. I'm like, this shit gonna hit one day. I want to be in this shit.
What made you decide? Wait, hold on. Before we go any further, this episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by New Amsterdam Vodka. Now, life ain't going your way.